This is a pause. Let's go back to the UK and speak with Nana Ansah, who has some details of the UK elections underway. Good evening to you. We couldn't have you on Skype, but you're on phone now. Tell us, what more can you say about the UK elections?
Yes, thank you very much. Well, as I said earlier on, the election or voting began this morning at exactly 7 a.m. and it closed 10 p.m. where counting begins immediately. Well, as I said, I've been in this country for the past 6 years, and you can see clearly that a lot of people, especially the black community, want Labour Party to come back because, I mean, they are claiming the Conservative, led by David Cameron earlier for some years, and then Theresa May. Things are not proper or are being governed in a normal way, especially they've been complaining about NHS and then education and then cuts on, I mean, tax credits, tax benefits and whatever. And so you can see clearly the Ghanaian community, the Nigerian community, even the Caribbean community, all calling on the Labour Party to win this particular elections. And it's incredible how elections are being conducted in the UK. You can see clearly, even today, election day, people are still campaigning, being through buses and trains. You could see people with their Labour badges and paraphernalia, Conservative paraphernalia. I mean, still telling people to vote for their respective parties they belong to, or they want to govern this country. But as I've been to North London, especially Tottenham, and then somewhere Edmonton Green, Walthamstow, come to East London, Dawson, Hackney, Clapton, and whatever, you can see clearly that within the black community, I mean, the vote, the massive vote will go for the Labour Party, whereby Jeremy Corbyn, I don't know, by the close of the elections across the UK, will take the lead ahead of Theresa May. So I can tell you for the fact that for the black community, where Nigerians, Ghanaians, Sierra Leoneans are based, they are calling for the Labour Party, because everybody who goes to vote and you ask him which party did he or she voted for, he would tell you, I voted for the Labour Party because they want Theresa May and the Conservative to be kicked out.
So we're told that in some polling stations they had to top up security there. Do you know what necessitated this action?
Yes, previously, if they vote in the UK, they use pencil to mark in the boxes your preferred candidate. But this time around, they've been contemplating whether they are going to use pencil or pen. But according to some who voted and where I voted, there were pen and pencil that you can use. So it was conflicting. They don't know whether to use pen to mark or the pencil to mark. And it was bringing some misunderstanding. That's why some polling stations, some police personnel were called to bring sanity or calm to the polling centers. Because all previous elections that we've had in this country, you go and you find a pen. We don't vote with a voter ID card with your picture on. You go there, just mention your name, your address, and they go through the voter book, and then they pick your name. They give you, you go to the box, you pick your pencil, and then you mark. By this time, they provided pen, so people don't know. The reason why there was not much education on whether to vote with the pen or pencil. So, I mean, it was so disturbing and conflicting, and that is why some policemen were called to bring sanity to most of the polling stations.
We know that the campaigns that led to these elections were characterized by 2 bomb attacks. Did that in any way have any impact on the elections?
Of course. The Manchester, the Westminster, the London Bridge, of course. Clearly, you could see yesterday at Highbury, North London, Jeremy Corbyn's last final rally, he made mention of how security is being downplayed in the UK, and they need to get the government that will take their security into better conditions. So, I mean, it will play a major role because these recent attacks since March, 3 major attacks. Manchester claimed over 20 lives, and Westminster, and just last Saturday at London Bridge. So clearly, you could see Britain is under threat, and there'll be more arrests in East London, where most of the Muslim community too are based. So, I mean, it will play a major role, and clearly, Jeremy Corbyn has been hitting hard on Theresa May on that.
So how is Theresa May taking this news that her opponent is in a comfortable lead?
Well, I won't say comfortable lead, but I'm speaking from the background where I base, especially the black community in North and East London. But I don't know UK. I mean, it's a bigger country, and so they have over 46.9 million people voting. But judging from what I've seen and the people I've spoken to and what I saw at the polling stations I visited, clearly Labour could be in the lead in somewhere in North London or East London. So let's see after voting what will really happen. But I'm predicting a victory for the Labour Party. That's what I'm sensing.
All right, many thanks to you. Nana Ansah Obofo is a resident in London, bringing us up to speed to the happenings where in UK where elections is underway. Some few things you need to know. A total of 650 Westminster MPs will be elected, with about 46.9 million people registered to vote, and that is up from the last general elections in 2015 when there were 46.4 million registered voters. In fact, we're going to have a bigger conversation on the UK elections at 9 p.m. on PM Express. You don't want to miss this. But right now, let's wait for the man who loves sports as he brings us the very latest from the sports world.